Disclaimer: this video is not meant to convey any political messages. This video is for educational purposes only. Please like and subscribe to help keep history in the past and not to repeat it. If you want the short answer, no. When the war started, the German economy was based on MEFO bills. It was essentially IOU. This allowed the German economy to show huge economic growth without having any official debt. All this under-the-table debt made it harder to pay off with official loans. The only way to pay off the debt is for the government to make more money. Since the government did not invest in consumer goods, instead rearmament, the people were building up for a war. If no war came, the economy was built on a bubble that would lead Germany to push to fully annex the industries of Czechoslovakia. Later on, Poland would be the next target. In 1941, when Germany failed to beat the Soviets, they were running out of gold reserves to pay off the debt to the companies. Another reason is confidence. High-ranking and well-known German leaders, like Hermann Göring, were opposed to the invasion of Poland. Germany would breeze through the Poles with aid from the Soviets. Germany would go on and crush Denmark in 9 hours and Norway right after. Adolf Hitler would then follow through on Erich von Manstein's plan. Much like the Schlieffen Plan, it planned on sweeping through the Lowlands. Led by Erwin Rommel, the attack would leave many Allied forces stuck at Dunkirk. Hitler would be on an all-time high, going on to bomb London, a mistake in itself. Hitler's overconfidence would lead him to think the Soviets would be easily crushed. The German Wehrmacht would drive all the way to Moscow. Georgy Zhukov would repel the Germans. Instead of preparing for a prolonged war, Hitler would lead a second charge. After all, Germany knocked out Russia, not France, in WWII, and now France is knocked out. Even at Stalingrad, Hitler still deemed the brutal, overextended, house-to-house combat winnable. That assault would kill Germany's elite soldiers and kill the Eastern Front. The same thing occurred on the Western Front. In 1944, Hitler ordered an attack soon after Franklin Roosevelt's death on the notion that all he had to do was rush through the Ardennes forest like before and give a soul-crushing defeat to Dwight Eisenhower. After only a few days, the attack would fail, and like on the East, the Western elite forces were killed. The biggest of the three factors I will talk about is oil. Oil is the backbone of the 1930 economy. Germany had no oil, so they made synthetic oil. This would work for a little bit, but not for long. Germany would put a big effort into the North Africa campaign. Rommel would make sweeping maneuvers, but because of overconfidence, the Afrika Corps would be overextended. If they got to the Suez Canal, Great Britain would have been cut off from oil. Even when the Germans suffered a loss in the winter of 1941, they still believed that they just needed to take the vacuum oil fields. Germany was so oil-starved that even though the bulk of the supply lines were based on horse-drawn carts, they still consumed a lot of oil. Germany was unable to use its tanks to the fullest. When the Soviets drew to Berlin, they were out of oil, but the oil reserves were having problems way back in 1941. The German logistics, which could be another category, was unable to supply the oil to the Eastern Front like Hitler desired. Even with a non-debt-based economy, even with generals who never got cocky, oil would have drowned the Germans. The three reasons I have just covered are only a small handful of reasons Germany could not have won World War II. All video clips and resources for research used are in the description. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it.